Hi students, this is Mr. Yao. In this video, we are going to talk about question 16 from our 9.13 assignment. Let's have a look. For this question, you might feel like, well, this is very complicated and the right side is sine and cosine, so maybe I should change them into sine and cosine. Well, that could be one way, but that's actually going to be a very complicated way because the left side is a very crazy fraction. But if you pay extra attention to the left side, you may notice I actually only have tangent and secant on the left side. So instead of changing them into sine and cosine, I am just going to use tangent and secant since they do have a relationship, which is secant squared minus tangent squared. That's the identity that involves secant and tangent, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to start my rewriting. Tangent theta plus secant theta, that stay the same. But I see there is a 1 right here. So I'm going to rewrite that 1 as secant minus tangent squared. So I'm going to do minus and secant squared minus tangent squared. As for the bottom, I'm going to keep it the same for now. Tangent theta minus secant theta plus 1. As for the top, we not only have this, you may also notice this happens to be a perfect square minus a perfect square. So we have a squared minus b squared, which is a plus b times a minus b. So I'm going to rewrite that into that format now. So I can keep everything else, which becomes tangent theta plus secant theta. Bottom stay the same, tangent theta minus secant theta plus 1. Now I'm going to rewrite that perfect square part. That becomes minus secant theta plus tangent theta, secant theta minus tangent theta. Okay, so I can have the next step as tangent theta minus secant theta on the bottom plus 1. As for the top, if you actually notice, the first part I have this tangent theta plus secant theta. This is the first part. The second part I also have this secant theta plus tangent theta. They're actually the same. So I'm going to factor it out. Tangent theta plus secant theta. After I factored out that part, the rest, because I factored out the same thing, so I still have a 1. And then I have this minus, because it's minus secant theta. But be careful, I have a negative sign, another negative sign, so this tangent actually becomes plus tangent. That is everything after I factored it out. Now let's have a look at what we have. Well, it looks like the bottom has 3 terms. On the top, the second part of the parenthesis also has 3 terms. Well, let's make a comparison. The 1 is there, the minus secant theta is there, and the plus tangent theta is also there. Well, that actually means they are the same. So I can cross cancel and get rid of it. These 2 parts happen to be the same. So I only have the tangent theta and the secant theta left. I can keep rewriting. That is sine theta over cosine theta. Secant theta is 1 over cosine theta. They do have a common denominator. I'm going to combine them. Cosine theta on the bottom, and the top is sine theta plus 1, which happens to be the right-hand side, and we got it. That is number 16. Thank you.